Yeah, David YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how the lockdown browser works at my school. Just to start, obviously I go to Chamberlain University for nursing school. Since we've been online due to COVID-19, our exams and our assessments have been taken online via a program called Lockdown Browser. So Lockdown Browser is a program that kind of monitors, not kind of, it does monitor your usage of the internet while you're taking your exams. It's basically like taking a proctored examination anywhere. You have to go through some security checks before you begin your exam, and then also you're recorded the entire time. So if anything happens in your background, if you are looking somewhere you're not supposed to be, you are recorded. So I'm gonna try and show you guys exactly what goes on the Lockdown Browser. So the thing about Lockdown Browser is it is structured to make sure that you are not cheating. So of course, it's not allowing me to open it completely because I have my screen record on the screen to show you what I'm doing actually. So I'm gonna try and record it with my iPhone so you can see exactly what it says. So it says, some blacklisted applications are running. Lockdown Browser will not run as long as the following applications are open. So we have screen capture, QuickTime. So all of these things that I have open, you have to close it. Otherwise, Lockdown Browser will not open. So we're gonna go ahead and close all applications. Once you get the Lockdown Browser open, then you sign into your regular campus account just like usual. As you can see, it is exactly the same. So you'll have to download the Lockdown Browser, and it does work on Mac and PC. It does not work on iPad or mobile devices. Sometimes your professor can give you clearances so that you can actually use your iPad or mobile device, but for the most part, it will not work on that device. So just go ahead and make sure you have a laptop or a desktop or something to take your exam on. That's what I do for myself, because you guys know that I primarily use my iPad for all my notes and everything, but for my exams and stuff I use my desktop, which is where I'm sitting right now. You have to download the app. It's from the company Respondus, and then when you log onto the app, you will be met with several questions on your prompt. First, you have to agree to the terms of service, of course. You have to put in a password if your professor has password protected the examination, the quiz, whatever. Then you have to take a picture. You have to take a picture, a student photo, so that they can verify that you are who you say you are. After you take your picture, you have to prove you are who you are, so you have to have your ID ready to go to stick in the camera. You take a picture of your ID, and they compare the ID to your face. It's such a process. Then they check your environment. So if this is my computer, I take it and I go just to show them that there's nothing in my surroundings. There's no phones, there's no tablets, there's no notes, no textbook, no humans, nobody around with answers to these questions. It's all me, you know. So you have to show them, prove that to them. So as they're going through this check process, the whole time the camera is on, it's recording, it's monitoring you. So if you do anything crazy, your professor and your school will know, and you will be kicked out probably for cheating. You go through the steps, and then you finally get to the end where it says begin your exam, and then you begin the exam or whatever assessment you have for that particular time period. So far, I've used Lockdown Browser for both quizzes and exams and health and wellness. I suspect that I will have to use it a lot going forward with pathophysiology and health assessment. Some things I wanted to mention, because I had issues with this at the beginning when I was trying to figure it out. So when you first begin your exam days, usually you start your class in WebEx just like everything else. So if you have an exam, you go to your WebEx class first outside of Lockdown Browser, and then once your professor tells you like, okay guys, it's time to log into the test, the password is this, then is the time when you should go and log into Lockdown Browser. The very first time that I had an assessment, I actually tried to log in to WebEx through the lockdown browser because I wanted her to see, like, okay, I'm on WebEx, I'm not doing nothing crazy, you know, watch me, sis, I'm making this grade. And I really didn't need to do that. I was scared. That's the tea on how we take our assessments in online nursing school at Chamberlain University. We use a lockdown browser. If you have any questions about the lockdown browser, make sure you comment them down below. It's really not that crazy. Just the very first time I used it, I know that I was kind of panicking because I swore I was doing something wrong. Like, it was just a lot to figure out. But once you get the hang of it after the first time, you will be completely fine. It is not that bad. If you have a computer that is stationary, that can't move, you know, you just try and move it as much as you can. You don't actually have to pick it up and show them, like, this is my surrounding. But just try and make your background clean. Try and make your space look like it's just dedicated for your schoolwork and for your exams, and you won't have any issues. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Look more.